system behind the world's largest crypto exchange by trading volume has said it prevented over $2.4 billion in potential losses from scams and fraudulent activities between January and July 2024, intervening for more than 1.2 million users through comprehensive risk management measures. The exchange, which says it employs a sophisticated internal risk engine that utilizes AI-based and manual reviews to conduct real-time monitoring, says this has made it effective in detecting and flagging suspicious transactions on platforms. Their data indicates that the stage at which most suspicious transactions are flagged most often is the crypto withdrawal stage. Out of the $2.4 billion in prevented losses recorded so far this year, withdrawals linked to suspected crypto scams make up over $1.1 billion, or approximately 45% of the total amount. The announcement closely follows another recent report that Binance has secured over $73 million in misplaced or lost funds for external parties as of July 31st this year. And moving on, still in matters to do with banking, Diamond Trust Bank has become an official signatory of the UN Principles for Responsible Banking, a single framework for a sustainable banking industry developed through a collaboration between banks worldwide and the United Nations Environment Programme Finance Initiative. The principles are the leading framework for ensuring that bank strategy and practice align with the vision the world has set for its future in the UN Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Climate Agreement. DTB's group franchise in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda have all signed their commitment to the principles, demonstrating a unified East Africa-wide commitment.
Trust Bank joining and signing the Principles for Responsible Banking, it demonstrates its dedication to responsible banking strategies, and it's also a reinforcement of its pledge, seeing the important, influential role that banking institutions play in the economy, and also to support through the impact that they have from their businesses on society and the environment, so that we can have banking institutions that cater to the people and planet as well.
What UNEP-FI brings on the table for DTB is they bring expertise on the table. They have global network resources, which I believe we can use. We can put it to good use for the benefit of our customers, the communities within which we work, and of course for the greater good of the countries in which we are operating, which is Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania.
Now, Kenya is witnessing a significant rise in the digital financial inclusion of women-led micro and small enterprises operating in open air and cross markets. Speaking in Nairobi, Kim Karaoke, banking and financial services specialist at Microserve Consultancy, says approximately 1.17 million women MSMEs, actually those are the numbers, with only 50,000 classified as formal enterprises. Now, a considerable portion of these enterprises, about 3 million women, engage actively in both local and cross-border trade. Karaoke added that there is a 30% increase in the adoption of digital financial services among women entrepreneurs, rising from 44% in 2022 and 70% in 2024. This uptick coincides with a growing number of financial institutions offering digital solutions tailored for this sector.
There's a fear of, oh, banks are big. They think they're so big and we are so small, so we think maybe they can't relate to our problems or solve our issues. I'm dealing with small wananchi, small suppliers. They'll want to have all this paperwork, and this is something I'll go pay and I'm done. So all those procedures, they have too many procedures.
Are we creating an enabling environment? Are we creating proper infrastructure to de-risk women operating in informal markets? Is the cost of compliance too high? Will it encourage informalization as people try to avoid those fixed costs and reduce their risk when they're operating on very tiny margins.
So we have about 3 million women who are actively engaging in open-air market and cross-border trade. The majority of them are in the open-air market trade because that's easier to get to. There's a smaller minority that's engaging in cross-border trade. And the focus for both of these women's segments is to try and drive sustainable livelihoods for themselves and their families.
All right, and on to our conversation today. Regenesis Business School